So now we're learning the left hand for my arrangement of quarter Moonlight, which is A. The note is actually written down below to help my low intermediate. A is that one. And then G, which is written here, F, D. So your left hand doesn't move from this position, right? Like a D position. But then this E, I would recommend you put a thumb on it. On bar 7. Put a thumb on E. Repeat it. Because then you have your pinky, therefore, on the low A. So bar 7, just put thumb on that E. So one more time from the top. The left hand. A. 2, 3, 4. And G. 4 beats. F for 2 beats, D for 2 beats, and then E with the thumb here, bar 7, repeat that. Then you have to jump the left hand to this very high E, because your left hand is in charge of the bass and the melody, and here's the melody again. You see how it's basically knocking on the door like Beethoven? And then 2 beats, and then make sure that number 3 is there on your A, because then you need number 2 on the F, and then E again, and then D, G, and C. Then you have to move your left hand all the way past middle C, past low C, to the very, very low C. So that's how I call it, just as a reference. Here's middle C. So this is high C, where your right hand is, your left hand is for the melody, E, 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 in bar 8 here. And then again at the end of bar 9 to bar 10, it's the same E, 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 goes to F, bar 11 it goes back to E, and then D, G, and at bar 12 it ends on C, but then it has to uncross over the right hand, and not to the low C, but to the very low C, which is the bottom. And then it does this coda, which is the low C. See, I even write the word low C, and then the right hand middle C, and the left hand high C, and then right hand very, very high C. So that's the shortened version. I would then recommend that you practice with your right hand being there. Even though it's not playing, it's being there. So I'm putting my hand here, and I play my actual left hand. 2, 3, 4, and then G. 2, 3, 4, and then the F, 2, and the D, 2, and then I'm going to scroll up. Thumb on this E. There's a lot going on in the right hand in bar 7, and then E again, because the right hand has a lot of changes, and then it goes to A minor. And then the left hand crossover with the right hand, which I'm not playing right now, it's just for pretend. And at the end of bar 9, still there, above the right hand, going to bar 11, E. And uncross, go to the very low C, which you cannot see, but there it is. And then the ending is again C chord, crossing over with the left hand. So that's how I would practice left hand without the right hand, and then left hand with the right hand approximately at the place where it's supposed to be. But then there's something else we need to practice, which I've asked you to practice last week. It's because of this rhythm. on bar 8, you have 3 notes in the right hand against 4 notes in the left hand. So you start together, so that's the chord. A minor slash E at the bottom. Right hand, left hand is over, number 3, E. So we're now practicing only the last beat of bar 8 into the first beat of bar 9. So here we go, we start together. And we stop. So notice that this note here in the left hand crossed over the right hand falls after you've done your 3 notes in the right hand. Okay, and your goal is to get tuk, 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 right on time. Triple, left, trip, right on time. So let's try that again. Triple, left, and trip. Just that. I didn't even continue the right hand. I don't care about that. I want this rhythm to be correct. So I only did this beat 4 into the first note on beat 1 in bar 9. And that's what you should be doing over and over. And if you got that, you can back up and maybe you can do it from this beat 2 because it's the same chord. Beat 2, beat 3, beat 4 is the same chord. And you're just gonna be able to play this E with this E in the left hand on time. So let's back up and do beat 2, 3, 4, and the first note of beat 1. 2, 3, 4. And if you get that, only then, what do you practice? Practice from beat 1. Because both hands are in different places. Where is the left hand? It's on the low A with the pinky. Where's the right hand? A minor, C, E, A, middle C, in fact. That's my middle C. And that's how it starts. So here we go, beat 1 of bar 8. And the right hand has to move up to the other inversion. And here's beat 3. And the left hand there, cross over on beat 4. And that's all I do. So I hope that you understood how I practice and follow the instruction. First, you do the hard one. The 2 hands together, you do the hard places, which is this beat 4, going to the first note here. This is good. Okay, right hand backs up. It's easy because this is the same chord. And you go through beat 2, beat 3, beat 4 to the first note. That's easy? Okay, back up. Well, this is assuming you've already practiced your right hand alone pretty smoothly. So there's no problem for you to go from this A minor inversion to this A minor inversion. First inversion to second inversion. Okay? And then you're actually adding the left hand way down there on pinky. And this is how it should be. The other inversion. And alright, the left hand crossover. And if that is good, then continue by all means and do bar 9. The bar 9 is easy because the right hand doesn't change. It's the same one. And so we're going to do bar 9 with the same chord up here, B, B, D. And the left hand is E, E, E. And the right hand is supposed to go back to that A minor chord that we're familiar with. So let's start from beat 1 of bar 9. That's where my right hand is, E, B, D. My left hand is here. On beat 1, they are together. Right? Together. Then beat 2. Then beat 3. Here comes beat 4. They're together again. And bar 10. Only the first note. And I stop there. And if I get bar 9 good and bar 8 good, I try to do them together. And if I get that, let me do it for you, bar 8. Inversion. Second beat. Third. On beat 4. The right hand goes, the left hand goes. And then you can then continue. pat yourself on the back. You got bar 8, 9, and the beginning of bar 10 together. Yay! And only then do you link it to bar 7, which is a difficult one, right? The left hand is not difficult because it's thumb on E and it's repeated. But the right hand, if you did not practice your right hand enough, you're going to have a hard time going from E7 to A minor to E sus to E7. Just bar 7 is quite a headache for the right hand. So do practice your bar 7 very carefully in the right hand before you add these E in the left hand together. So here we go. E and E, thumbs and thumb. The right hand changes. The right hand keeps changing on beat 3. And here's bar 8. And crossing over on beat 4. That's bar 9. Right? And then you keep going until you get the first note of bar 10. If you can get bar 7, 8, 9 and the first note of bar 10 good, pat yourself on the back, take a break, and only then, what is bar 10? E and E. Left hand will go up, right next door. Right hand will also go up to the F. They both have F. But the right hand needs to know its chord. This is the chord, F, A, D. Then we go thumb down. Left hand also goes down to E together. The right hand and left hand kind of follow each other a little bit with the thumb, right? Then it's hard because you're crossing hands. And the left hand is D. The right hand has the thumb moving up. Then it's the same chord. So that is a hard one for some of you. I would start right there on the G7 chord / F in bar 11, beat 3. Just start right there. The D, the right hand, then the left hand, sorry. The right hand is this chord. F, G, B. Let's stop there. Left hand changes to G. Left hand changes to C. Notice that I took my left hand because it's the same C in my chord. So I play the C in the bar 12 and I take my left hand off because I have to go way down there. Same chord but way down there in the very, very lows, which you cannot see. There it is. You got your left hand alone, you got your two hands in two blocks. Either do only 7 or 8 to 9 first note or 9 to 10 first note. Then start linking them together. 8 to 9 to the first note of 10 and link the 7 to 8 to 9 to the first note of 10. Only then do we practice 10 to first note of 11. Always just aim for a very small chunk. Because you know the pedal also, right? You have to change your pedal. And then 11 to the first note of 12. And then link 10 to 11 to the first note of 12. Just systematically practice. And then we've already practiced the coda, which is the last thing that we do in the song here. So there you go. And if you do it correctly, I have to kind of stop in between to scroll for you. Here it is.